Hello everyone, my name is Urvi. I create regular videos on immigration in Canada and giving you regular updates on TR to PR pathway. So if you haven't subscribed my channel, make sure you subscribe, and I really hope this video helps you. So one of the most important things once you become a permanent resident of Canada or receive your COPR is to get your permanent SIN number, which is Social Insurance Number in Canada. Everything in Canada is linked to your SIN number. Your bank accounts, your credit history, if you want a credit card, anything and everything is linked to your SIN number. Even when you enroll for a job, they'll ask your SIN number. That's the first thing they'll ask, right? So SIN number is very important, and this is the first thing you should do once you receive your COPR. Convert your temporary SIN, if you have one, into a permanent SIN, or if you don't have one at all, get a new permanent SIN number. So I'll just spend a minute on this. Temporary SIN is a SIN number which begins with 9. It's given to student permit holders and work permit holders in Canada whose residence status is temporary in nature, and once you become permanent, depending upon the province you are in, your SIN number will start with 5 or 4, and depending upon where you are in Canada, your SIN number will start with a different number other than 9. Okay. Alright, so let's look at the documents required in order to get your SIN number. So the first document which will be required would be your primary identity document, which is either your COPR or PR card. So as soon as you have your eCOPR or COPR, you should go ahead and apply for SIN number online, and I'll show you step by step how to do that in a moment. Secondary documents would be either your passport or Canadian provincial or territorial ID card or driver's license, or any other government issued ID. After you get your primary identity document and secondary document, so just notice that it's not all of the three, just one of the three is sufficient. And proof of address is a document that confirms the address indicated in the online SIN application, and the response to your request will be mailed to this address. Okay, so you'll get a mail to that particular address, so you have to give an ID which has your current address in it. Okay, and a supporting document is a legal document stating the name that you currently use. It is only required if the name on your primary identity document is different than one you use on your day-to-day life, right? So if it's different name, then only you have to provide supporting documents like marriage certificate, change of name, etc. Otherwise, you don't need supporting document. All of these details are present on the website, and I have put all the links in my description below, so go ahead and check it out. Now let's look at how to apply SIN online. Let's get started. Alright guys, so we are, before we go into how to apply, I'll just show you quickly social insurance number, what you need before applying. There's a lot of information about how to apply, other documents required, and all the details which you can reference here. I have added this link in the description, so go ahead and check it out. Okay, so going into how we should start the application, the first drop down box here is type. So what type of SIN request is this? Is this your first social insurance number in Canada? If that's the case, then choose this. Otherwise, if you are changing from a temporary status to permanent status, you can choose change of status as an option and go from here. Okay, so there are different options: update or correction to SIN records, confirmation of SIN, legal change of name, change of expiry date, especially starting with 900 series. This is the temporary SIN, public trustees, etc., etc. But the two important ones are first time social insurance number, and change of status. Okay, so I'll proceed with change of status and go from here. So you'll enter your given name, you will enter your family name at birth. Okay, and then if you have used any other given names, you will mention here. If you have used any other family names previously, then you will mention here. and this is your current family name. So this is my current family name. Year, date of birth, so this is your date of birth. Enter your date of birth here. Okay, once you enter your date of birth, then you go down daytime telephone number, so you provide your telephone number. Evening telephone number is not mandatory, so not wired. Language of correspondence will be English. Applicant's gender, whatever your gender is. You have to check the box if you are twin or a triplet. Applicant's birthplace, so where you were born and which country and which province, right? So I was born in Vadodara, in India, in Gujarat. So that is what my birthplace is. And then going down, I will be adding my mailing address. This address should match the address on your proof of address document. Okay, so you have to match it. Okay, so make sure, I'm going to say country Canada, province Ontario, zip code, whatever zip code is. Okay, so applicant's parents' name is required, father's name and mother's name. So add the father's name, add the mother's name. Okay, just random letters right now. And then, is the applicant currently residing in Canada? Yes, residing in Canada. So then they will ask you, are you a Canadian citizen, registered Indian, permanent resident, temporary resident, or other? So you are a permanent resident now since you received your COPR, so select that. And then they will ask you another question. Please indicate the type of primary identity document you will be submitting along with the application. So what is that document you are submitting? Is it permanent resident card? Is it confirmation of PR, record of landing, verification of landing, status verification, etc., etc.? So this is your COPR. So I'm going to choose COPR. And then there is another question. Did the applicant ever have a SIN number? So this you should write if you already have a SIN number starting with number 9, temporary SIN number. So you will say yes, and then you put that number in. Sorry, I'm just putting any number. Okay, for the SIN number it should be 9 digits. So I have entered the SIN number here. And once you enter the SIN number, make sure you have completed all the fields. Review it once. Tick on the checkbox, I've read the privacy statement, and go from here. Next. So when you come to the next page, the first question will be, are you applying for yourself? You will say yes, and go from here. Print your name. So I will print my name. And you add files, you choose from your local folder, local computer, and add it here. So guys, let's look at what documents you need to upload in your application once again. So primary document determines your status in Canada. If you're a temporary resident, you can add your work permit, study permit. If you're a permanent resident, you have to upload a COPR as a primary document, or PR card, or landing proof, and things like that. And then the second document which you need to upload is secondary document, and this we talked about is your passport, Canadian provincial or territorial ID card, driver's license, or any other government issued ID card. So a passport, ID, or government issued ID. And then the third document which you need to upload is your proof of address. Now let me show you what proof of address can entail. It can be any of the following: a government or a company, institution, organization, landlord, employer document, and an attestation letter signed by an issuer. So if you have a bank statement, credit card statement, your lease agreement, your work employer letter, employment letter, anything like that which has your address in it, it will be considered a proof of address. It must contain the name, family name, and the given name that appears on applicant's primary or secondary supporting document. And if you're applying on someone else's behalf, then that's another requirement, but then you can read into all of these details. But in total you have to upload 3 documents and proceed from here. So I'm not going to submit it as a test kind of an application, and I don't want to add unnecessary applications into the system, but I wanted to show you that you have to upload a minimum of 3 mandatory documents and click to submit the file into the system. So once you submit the file, you will receive your SIN in the mail. So I really hope this video was helpful to you. Make sure you apply your SIN online and you don't have to wait in line in Service Canada for getting your SIN number. It's really fast. The processing time right now is 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. You submit the application and you receive your new SIN number. And then once you receive your SIN number, you have to update your SIN number every single where. So everywhere you have your SIN number, like your work, your bank accounts, everywhere you can think of, you have to update your new SIN number. Okay guys, so I really hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure you do this right away once you receive your eCOPR, and make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Until my next video, I'll see you later. Take care. Bye bye.